Before starting the video, we advise you to learn and understand chapter 109 of the Holy Qur'an.
The practice of celebrating birthdays and New Year's Day originates from pagan traditions that predate Islam. These practices often involved idol worship, false beliefs, and celebrations disconnected from the principles of Tawheed, the oneness of Allah. Understanding the historical background and the Islamic stance on such practices is essential for Muslims to maintain their faith and avoid falling into acts of shirk, associating partners with Allah. The pagan roots of birthday celebrations. Historically, the celebration of birthdays can be traced back to ancient pagan traditions. For example, ancient Egyptians, they celebrated the birth of their pharaohs, considering them gods in human form. Romans, they celebrated birthdays as part of their pagan practices, associating them with good luck and invoking the protection of their gods. Greeks, they believed that lighting candles and making wishes on birthdays would ward off evil spirits and please their false gods. Such celebrations were often intertwined with shirk, as they involved rituals and beliefs that contradicted the pure monotheism of Islam. The Gregorian calendar and the New Year. The current New Year's celebration is tied to the Gregorian calendar, introduced by Pope Gregory III in 1582. Its roots are in the Roman pagan festival of Janus, the god of beginnings and transitions, celebrated on January 1st. By wishing or celebrating this occasion, one inadvertently acknowledges and aligns with the pagan traditions and beliefs associated with it. As Muslims, we follow the Hijri calendar, established during the time of Umar bin Khattab and based on the lunar cycle. This calendar begins with the migration, Hijra, of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, from Mecca to Medina, a monumental event in Islamic history. Celebrating the Gregorian New Year is thus not part of our tradition and may lead to imitating non-Islamic customs. Prohibition of imitating non-Muslims. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, warned against imitating the practices of non-Muslims. Whoever imitates a people is one of them. Sunan Abi Dawud, 4031. Imitating the disbelievers in their celebrations, greetings or customs is a serious matter because it demonstrates agreement and approval of their beliefs, which may lead to acts of shirk. Why can wish Happy New Year be problematic? When a Muslim says Happy New Year, it may seem like a harmless greeting, but it carries deeper implications. Acknowledgement of a non-Islamic calendar. By recognizing January 1st as significant, a Muslim indirectly endorses the Gregorian calendar over the Hijri calendar. Approval of pagan origins. Wishing someone a Happy New Year aligns with a practice rooted in paganism and shirk. Compromising Tawheed. Participating in or endorsing such celebrations can weaken one's understanding of Islamic monotheism. Islamic instructions and guidance. To avoid falling into error, Muslims should adhere to the following principles. Strengthen knowledge of Tawheed. Understand the importance of worshipping Allah alone and avoiding practices that may dilute or contradict it. Avoid celebrations with pagan roots. Refrain from celebrating birthdays, New Year's Day, or any event with origins in shirk. Educate others. Kindly and respectfully explain the Islamic stance on such practices to friends and family, using evidence from the Qur'an and Sunnah. Celebrate Islamic occasions. Focus on observing Islamic celebrations such as Eid al-Fitr, Eid al-Adha, and the sacred months mentioned in the Qur'an. Make dua for guidance. Continuously ask Allah to protect you from misguidance and grant you an understanding of His religion. Quranic evidence. Allah warns us in the Qur'an about following the ways of those who disbelieve, and do not follow the footsteps of Satan. Indeed, he is to you a clear enemy. Qur'an chapter 2, verse 168. And if you obey most of those upon the earth, they will mislead you from the way of Allah. They follow not except assumption, and they are not but falsifying. Qur'an chapter 6, verse 116. Conclusion. Celebrating or acknowledging the new year as per the Gregorian calendar or wishing others Happy New Year is not permissible in Islam because it involves imitating non-Muslim traditions and can lead to acts of shirk. As Muslims, we must remain steadfast in our faith, avoid compromising our tawheed, and prioritize the worship and commands of Allah alone. May Allah protect us from falling into shirk, grant us knowledge of His religion, and make us steadfast in adhering to the path of tawheed. Ameen.
Buy this book from Amazon and Darussalam, Canada, or visit QuranExplains.com.